Hey everyone! Welcome back to the English Daily Podcast, your calm, friendly space to practice real-life English and grow your confidence step by step. I'm Sarah.
And I'm John. We're so happy you're here with us today. Maybe you're listening while cooking, maybe on the bus, maybe you're avoiding something important.
Like replying to that message you've been thinking about for 3 days?
Exactly. But hey, if you're procrastinating in English, at least you're improving your skills at the same time.
That's productive procrastination. We support that.
We absolutely do.
So, today's topic is something very close to our hearts. It's about that moment when you want to speak English, but you don't. When your brain is full of sentences, but your mouth stays completely silent.
We're calling this episode Stop Waiting, Start Speaking.
Because so many learners are not stuck because of grammar,
They're stuck because of hesitation,
because of overthinking.
because they're waiting for the perfect moment.
And today, we're going to talk about how to move from waiting to actually speaking.
The problem: thinking too much. Sarah, let me ask you something. Have you ever prepared the perfect sentence in your head and then never said it?
Oh, more times than I can count. I remember once I was in a group conversation with native speakers. I understood everything. I had a great idea, a funny comment even.
Nice.
But instead of just saying it, I started editing it in my head. I changed one word, then another. Then I thought, maybe that tense is wrong.
Classic.
And by the time I was ready to speak, the topic had completely changed.
That hurts.
It really does, because afterward I thought, why didn't I just say something simple?
I think many of our listeners know that feeling. You're not silent because you don't know English. You're silent because you're trying to make it perfect.
And perfection is slow.
Very slow.
Conversation is fast.
Why does the brain freeze when it's time to speak?
I think one big reason is fear. Fear of making mistakes.
Fear of sounding not smart.
Fear that someone will judge your accent.
Or laugh.
Even if they don't actually laugh, your brain imagines it.
Your brain becomes very dramatic.
Yes, your brain says, warning, danger, do not speak.
Like a little alarm system.
Exactly. But here's the interesting thing. Most of the time, the danger isn't real.
It's memory.
Yes, maybe in school someone corrected you in a harsh way.
Maybe someone laughed once.
And your brain saved that moment like a file labeled Speaking English equals risk.
So now, even years later, your body reacts the same way.
Your heart beats faster,
Your mind goes blank.
and suddenly the simple sentence you practiced disappears.
The hidden enemy, perfectionism.
Ah, yes, the silent killer of confidence.
Perfectionism says, if it's not perfect, don't say it.
But real life doesn't work like that.
No one speaks perfectly, not even native speakers.
Native speakers pause.
They repeat themselves.
They say,
They use simple sentences all the time.
but learners often believe they need long, impressive sentences to be taken seriously.
Let's give an example.
Okay,
In your head, you think, I have been considering improving my communication skills in professional environments.
that's a beautiful sentence.
But it's heavy.
Very heavy.
Instead, you could say, I want to speak better at work.
Same meaning.
Less pressure.
And guess what? People understand you just the same. A small shift in thinking. I think the biggest change happens when we understand something important. Speaking is not a performance.
It's connection.
You're not giving a speech.
You're talking to a human being.
And humans don't need perfect grammar to connect.
They need honesty.
They need clarity.
They need presence.
And sometimes a simple sentence is more powerful than a complicated one.
A real-life moment. Can I share a small story?
Please.
A few years ago, I was learning Spanish. I went into a small cafe. I wanted to order coffee and a sandwich.
Simple enough.
In my head, I had a long, polite sentence ready. Something like, "Excuse me, I would like to kindly request."
Very formal.
Too formal. When it was my turn, I panicked and all I said was, "Coffee, sandwich, please?"
And?
I got my coffee and my sandwich.
Exactly.
The world did not end.
Communication happened.
Was it perfect? No.
Was it effective? Yes.
The truth about fluency.
Fluency isn't about using advanced words.
It's about moving forward without stopping.
It's flow.
And flow comes from action, not from waiting.
You cannot think your way into fluency.
You speak your way into fluency.
So, if overthinking is the problem, what's the solution?
Let's get practical. All right, let's get practical.
Yes, because understanding the problem is important, but changing it requires tools.
Exactly. So let's share some simple, realistic tools that can help you move from thinking to speaking.
Tool number 1 is very simple. Shrink the sentence.
Make it smaller.
Many learners try to speak like a book. Long sentences, perfect structure, fancy vocabulary.
But conversations are not books.
They're fast and messy.
So instead of building a big, heavy sentence, cut it in half.
Or even smaller.
Let's try an example. Imagine you want to say, "I've been feeling slightly overwhelmed with my workload recently."
That's good English.
But it's a lot to carry in your head.
Instead, you can say, work is a bit stressful these days.
Same idea.
Much easier to say under pressure.
And when you say shorter sentences, something interesting happens.
What?
Your brain relaxes.
Yes, because it knows the task is manageable.
Short sentences build momentum.
And momentum builds confidence.
Tool number 2 is one of my favorites, reaction words.
I love this one.
Reaction words are small phrases you use to respond when someone is speaking.
They're like stepping stones into the conversation.
Exactly. You don't jump into a long opinion, you step in slowly.
For example, someone says, I had such a long day at work.
You can say, "Oh, really?"
Or, that sounds exhausting.
Or even, "No way."
These are small
But powerful.
because now you are speaking.
And once you start, it's easier to continue.
You can add a simple question. Was it busy?
Now you have a mini conversation.
Without pressure.
Tool number 3 is preparing ready phrases.
Ready phrases are sentences you practice so many times that they become automatic.
Like muscle memory.
Yes, your mouth knows them without panic.
For example, at work, you can practice, "Sorry, could you repeat that?"
Or, can I add something?
Or, "I'm not sure, but I think."
In daily life, can I get a coffee, please?
Do you recommend anything?
Is there another option?
You don't need 50.
Even 5 ready phrases can change how you feel.
Because when the moment comes, you don't have to build the sentence from zero.
It's already there.
Now, some listeners might be thinking, "Okay, but where do I practice? Real conversations feel scary."
That's where low pressure practice comes in.
Low pressure means no exam.
No grades.
No one judging you.
Talk to yourself.
Yes, and before you think that's strange, it's actually very powerful.
When you're cooking, say, now I'm cutting the onions.
I'm adding some salt.
When I finish eating, I'll watch a movie.
This trains your mouth to move in English.
Without fear.
Another idea, voice notes.
Send a short voice message to a supportive friend.
You can even explain, I'm practicing English. It doesn't need to be perfect.
And if they're kind, they'll encourage you.
And if you don't have someone yet,
Record voice notes for yourself.
yes, speak into your phone.
Listen back later.
You'll notice something surprising.
What?
You sound better than you think.
There's also the mirror exercise.
Ah, yes.
Stand in front of a mirror and say 3 simple sentences. Today I feel.
Today I learned.
Tomorrow I want.
It feels awkward at first.
But that awkward feeling is growth.
And your mirror never laughs at your accent.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about something deeper.
The voice inside your head.
Sometimes that voice is not very kind.
It says things like, my English is terrible.
I always make mistakes.
I sound stupid.
And if you speak to yourself like that, why would you feel confident?
You wouldn't.
So we need to adjust that inner sentence.
Not fake positivity.
Just realistic encouragement.
Instead of, my English is terrible, try, my English is improving.
Or even better, my English is under construction.
I love that phrase.
Under construction means something is being built,
It's not finished yet.
but work is happening.
Progress is happening.
Let's give everyone a simple challenge.
Just one sentence.
Just one sentence.
Today, say one real sentence in English.
Not in your head.
Out loud.
It can be, I feel nervous, but I'm trying.
Or, today was busy.
Or, I want to speak more English.
One sentence.
That's it.
Because action breaks overthinking.
And small action builds courage.
Before we finish, let's slow down and review some key words from today.
A calm little word tour. All right, let's take a deep breath
Slow down a little.
and review some of the important words and ideas from today.
Let's start with the big one, overthinking.
Overthinking means thinking too much about something, so much that it stops you from acting.
For example, I wanted to send a message, but I was overthinking every word.
Or I overthink before speaking in meetings, so I stay quiet.
Overthinking feels productive.
But often it just creates delay.
And delay becomes silence.
Next word, perfectionism.
Perfectionism is when you believe nothing is good enough unless it's perfect.
For example, because of my perfectionism, I don't speak unless my grammar is perfect.
But the truth is, perfection is not required for communication.
Connection is more important than perfection.
Low pressure means relaxed, not stressful.
No exam feeling.
No one grading you.
Talking to yourself while cooking, that's low pressure.
Sending a voice note to a supportive friend, also low pressure.
Low pressure practice helps you build courage slowly.
Progress means moving forward step by step.
Even small steps count.
For example, I still make mistakes, but I understand more now. That's progress.
Or, today I spoke one sentence. That's progress.
Progress is not loud,
Sometimes it's quiet.
but it's powerful.
And finally, one of our favorite phrases today, under construction.
When something is under construction, it's being built,
It's not finished yet.
but work is happening.
So instead of saying, my English is bad,
You can say, my English is under construction.
and that changes everything.
A gentle reminder.
If you remember only one thing from today, let it be this.
You don't become fluent by waiting.
You become fluent by speaking
Imperfectly.
bravely.
Repeatedly.
A small reflection.
Think about this for a moment. When was the last time you stayed quiet, even though you had something to say?
Maybe in a meeting.
Maybe at a party.
Maybe ordering food.
Now, imagine that same moment,
But this time you say one simple sentence.
not a speech.
Just a sentence.
How would that feel?
Probably uncomfortable for a few seconds.
But proud afterward.
That pride is important.
Because confidence doesn't come before action.
It comes after action.
So here's your final invitation. Today, don't wait for perfect.
Don't wait to feel ready.
Choose one small moment.
And speak.
One sentence is enough.
And tomorrow, maybe two.
This is the English Daily Podcast.
I'm John.
And I'm Sarah.
Keep going.
Keep speaking.
And we'll see you in the next episode.